Hey everyone! Today I have another mail tutorial for you. But to start off with, I actually want to ask a favour of you all. So one of the things I love about this community is seeing what you guys are creating after you've watched my videos. And a lot of you are sharing that through Instagram, which is so exciting, but I get a lot of notifications and sometimes I miss your comments or when you actually put and Laura Volacek, at Laura Volacek. So what I want to ask of you guys is to use the hashtag #MakingWithLaura for any posts that are actually inspired by one of my videos, so that when I'm looking at my own Instagram, I can quite easily see what it is that you've created. But just don't forget that if your account is on private, I won't actually be able to see it if I'm not following you. So if you're not sure how to add a hashtag, or also you can tag me in the photo, when you're posting your photo, you're actually going to tag people in the photo. So if you click the button tag people, click on the photo and then type out my name, it will help me to see your photo. So you can see that's what I'm doing here. I thought I would make it straightforward for people who may not be that technologically savvy. And then you'll write your caption, whether it be like created this mail, and then you'll add in the hashtag #MakingWithLaura. And that way I won't miss anything that you guys are doing. And that way, when I search for the hashtag, or when anyone else searches for the hashtag, they'll get to see your photos. And when I look at my profile first thing in the morning, I can click on this button and I can see all the photos that you've tagged me in. And that way I definitely won't miss anything. I absolutely adore seeing your photos. I love seeing what you've created, so make sure you share. Alright, so today's tutorial I'll be using quite a few different products, but I will actually be using these card rings, which I purchased from Daiso, to hold the tag together. Now these are 20mm ones. Ideally, if you can get smaller than that, it's probably better. These ones are just slightly too big, but they do the job. The good thing is that they're pretty inexpensive and you get quite a lot of them. You can actually use them in a number of different ways, so I'll just quickly show you a couple that you can do. So if you were to use, say, 3, you could bind the top, the bottom and the middle, and all you need to do is punch a hole and then clip the ring through. They're very straightforward to use. But for this tutorial I'm actually only going to use one, just in the top corner, so that it's a little bit easier to flip out. So for this tutorial you'll just need a hole punch, 6 pieces of paper. I'll be using 6x6, and then I've got a whole lot of the new range from the Reject Shop. Now unfortunately I can't link that for you below because they don't have an online website, but for the people in Australia, they're in the Reject Shop right now. And then I'm also going to be using this letter set which I bought when I was in Japan, and again I'm sorry I can't link it because I don't know where it's from. That's just the rest of my embellishments, and then of course some figures. So go ahead and pick 6 pieces of paper. How gorgeous is this paper? Seriously, it's got like copper embellishment. So any 6, and then once you've done that, just glue them back to back. So as these aren't double-sided, you just want to create them so that they are double-sided. The good thing about using the ring is that you can kind of make the mail as wide as you want, because you're not limited by the binding of, say, washi tape or something like that. So once you've stuck them all together, just work out which order you want them to go into, and then grab your hole punch and punch the top corner where you want it to go. It's a good idea to punch before you do anything else so that you know the space you're working with. And then you can see that this is where the binding loop will then just go through. But I usually put that through once I've finished doing the pages so that it's a little bit easier to turn them around. Now we're just going to start decorating our pages. First thing I'm going to do is glue down an envelope where I'll put my letter, and I'm just going to put a little doily underneath it. It's so hard to glue down doilies. I don't know if this is anyone else's life struggle. But having said that, they do look really pretty on the page, so I shouldn't complain. And if you're wondering, yes, the glue does dry clear. Once I've done that, Just going to grab some of these vellum embellishments again from the reject shop and glue those down. They're like a copper foil, which I haven't really seen before, and I think they were only like maybe $3, really affordable. And then I'm just going to embellish my envelope a little bit. Now I'm finished with that page, I'm going to start decorating my inside cover, and the first thing I'm going to do is glue down this 4x6 card, essentially a Project Life card but without the branding. And I ended up using this for like a currently list, where you kind of list things like currently listening to, watching, eating, dreaming about, planning on, just to kind of give your pen pal like a little update about yourself. Then I'm going to stick down these die cuts. The gold one is by Maggie Holmes, I'm pretty sure, and then the smaller card is another one from the reject shop, as are the balloons. I of course had to use this diamond because whenever I see a diamond it must go in my mail. Now that page is complete, I'm going to start working on the next page over, which I'll be using for mail tag questions. So just gluing everything down and of course adding some embellishments. On this side I'm just gluing down an envelope and as well as a wooden embellishment, and I'm actually going to end up using this envelope for tea for my pen pal. And while tea is not for everybody, I enjoy sending it mostly because it's quite light and I haven't had one person complain yet. The last things to do is just to decorate the front and the back cover, and I'm just using all the goodies, Project Life cards, stickers, die cuts. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, so just sit back and enjoy. And you know, if you do think of any questions or want to know anything more, please just feel free to ask. now the last little embellishments are done, you can put all your pages back in order, grab your little clip and stick them together. And that's basically the whole tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know if you have any questions, and also if you do recreate, don't forget to share on Instagram with the hashtag #MakingWithLaura. Thanks guys! Bye for now.